LARP stands for live action role playing. I own the game, along with Josh Brown and White, my partner in crime. I'm also currently the head of the plot team. The plot team runs all of the backstory and represents the larger game world. I'm also the head of safety.
It's like tabletop gaming to the nth degree, because if you want to do something, you actually have to do it, which is part of the appeal.
The mechanics of a LARP vary drastically depending on what kind of LARP it is. In ours, we have a couple of different kinds of mechanics. Things you do, things that are called counted actions that you can't safely or physically do because they're so fantastical or dangerous. Physically doing things are like we use our buffer weapons, our safe weapons to actually strike somebody. When someone casts a spell in game, they have a small birdseed fill packet, they have to throw it and hit the target. That's an actual action, that's something you have to do. A counted action is something like picking someone up and carrying them. Not everyone's okay with being picked up, and not everybody's back's okay with picking somebody else up. So we do what's called a counted action and mimic doing what we would regularly do and move on from there. Try to keep it as in-game as possible, keep it from breaking the mold.
At its heart, LARPing is the idea of just assuming another identity. It's essentially make-believe, something kids do, and all of us who do it just never really gave up that part of us.
You are your character for 3 days. You eat, you sleep as your character.
And here it's a way to escape. I ask off of work, and my coworkers and my manager knows that I am not in contact, and that's a real rare thing these days, to not be in constant contact with other people.
It does get a little bit of bad press. I think people are a little afraid of it because of the news stories they hear. You hear somebody got hurt or somebody went crazy and did something and they blamed it on role playing. And most of that is, most of those stories are about tabletop role playing. So if you actually got people dressed up and actually doing it, that's got to be worse. If you think role playing is a bad idea.
Oh, they probably think that it's odd, different, weird, geeky. It's gotten some, bad press back in the 70s, but this type of stuff is becoming more mainstream. Especially with the Lord of the Rings movies. Actually, in Europe, there are like full-on retail stores that sell this type of gear. It's a totally mainstream thing in Europe. Just here in the U.S., it hasn't taken off and hasn't gotten, that positive press.
LARP is a social event. People come out to LARPs to interact socially with each other. And that really takes a lot of self-confidence, and it's very good for building self-confidence.
Our town has been raided by these creatures called Morgoths for the last couple of months, actually, and we've tried desperately to find out where they're coming from and where their home base is, for the most part, where they're living.
We're letting the militia prayers, Gabby.
Oh, he's tied up.
Is that really wise?
And we actually, depending on who you are in this scenario, got lucky. Somebody actually got taken back to their campsite and was slain. But a lot of us, not me, can see the people that are dead. And she came and told us where we were going. It also provided the clue to where to go.
Because you're his version, right?
There's mind control. And then
You're not
there's
possessing them.
Possessing.
You don't have
possessing. You do go out of
Whoa,
bed.
whoa, 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 whoa.
10 metric! 10 metric! On the line! Almost right behind you!
There's a lot of misperceptions that it sees us as, like, say, evil or demon worshippers or something like that. Or, we're out here doing, crazy things and trying to make, turn, children against God and stuff like that.
People come out to LARPs to interact socially with each other. You have to. I mean, we're not in a vacuum. There's a large group of people, and you have to interact with each other to be part of the game. That's the entire basis for how it works.
Go out and do something exciting for the weekend. Some people climb sides of mountains. We go beat the tar out of each other with foam weapons, pretending to be specific personas.
You don't get the the good side. You only hear about the bad stuff that happens. So it's what it is. We're still gonna come out and play.
Up with the rack. Resist, but up with the rack.